Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, just a quick update on the Ripple v SEC lawsuit, as a new document just came out. Now, to be honest with you, it's not as if the document really just came out, but it took a little bit of time for somebody, I guess, to post the actual info, and that's because we as individuals cannot get our hands on it until a lawyer or something like that actually buys the document. I mean, for quite a couple of hours now, I've just been waiting for this thing to pop up, and it happened about 6 hours ago, which is about 6 a.m. for me. But I think the document here came out at maybe, like, for example, 3 or something like that. So, but yeah. Having said that, what is everything doing? Well, right now, everything is still continuing in exactly the manner as we predicted on the channel. Breakout for Bitcoin still continuing strong. The bounce for XRP still going strong. Altcoins and the complete market cap still going strong. Today is going to make the highest close ever for altcoins, at least for September, but I think we might actually get the highest close ever here. It could definitely happen if we get a little bit crazier of a day. I think at least top 3 though. Today's going to be a crazy freaking day for the entire crypto market cap. Now, we just got a reply, huh? The SEC respectfully requests that the court deny defendants Ripple Labs' letter motion to seal transcripts of audio and videotape recordings the SEC filed in support of its recent letter motion to compel Ripple to conduct a reasonable search for recordings of internal Ripple meetings in a manner designed to identify meetings where defendants Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson and other key employees spoke on relevant topics. The documents have the tendency to influence the court's ruling on the discovery dispute before it, and no countervailing business or privacy interests outweigh the disclosure to the public. So the way that I see it is just the SEC playing a little bit of a mental game here. We've talked before about motions to seal, and our conclusion was a motion to seal is basically, if you both agree to it, it's just because, the courtesy of keeping things out of the public's eye, because you just rather not bother them with it, because everybody knows, every party, once you start denying each other's motion to dismiss, the war is basically escalated another layer forward, because that basically means the other party does not respect your privacy anymore. They'd rather spill the beans to the public to win their own case, rather than, keeping the good relationship for all the negotiations. And with negotiations, of course, I am not necessarily talking about settlement, but I'm talking about the meet and confer sessions, where you get, again, more out of the other side if you really, helping them a little bit. If you guys understand how negotiations would work. Now, then again, we've seen multiple of these be denied throughout the last couple of months, and so it's not something strange, it's not something new. The way that it usually goes, I believe, is because a party might want to seal, like Ripple here, to just keep things from the private or from the public, and the SEC just wants to not get that done because they think if the public, or at least the court, or just parties see this, they can kind of change their mind about things. And that's kind of the last line here. The documents have the tendency to influence the court's ruling on the discovery dispute before it, and no countervailing business or privacy interests outweigh the disclosure to the public. So whatever they think of the privacy that they are going to, kind of lack from this publishing, the benefits that the court gets from watching this or knowing this, or that's, it being given out to the public, is more than the cost. So a relevant fact background, we don't need to check that. You can check that out if you really want to. The transcripts of recordings are judicial materials and should be disclosed. This is, of course, a battle that Ripple is trying to face, and I guess even the SEC is facing right now in multiple different parts. Why? Well, because where exactly does privileged information lie? Ripple has argued before that a lot of the things which the SEC claims are privileged are actually not. And that is obviously also one of the things that's coming out today on the 15th. Today, the SEC has to give over the 3 additional documents to the judge for her to review in camera. But it also, of course, is the topic of a lot of debate, because when exactly is something and should something be hidden from the court? That's not a one-to-one line. It's pretty damn difficult. Now, they're saying here, the Second Circuit enumerated the factors for determining whether a document is subject to being hidden from the public. 1. Whether the document subject to a sealing request qualifies as a judicial document. 2. The weight of the presumption of public access attaching to that judicial document. And 3, countervailing factors or higher values that might outweigh the right of public access to that judicial document. And the way that I now fetch it after reading a little bit into this, it's, for example, let's say you did something really horrible to a person. However, you have a case right now that is let's say you were let's actually make it a little bit less heavy. Let's say your family member did something very, very horrible that you were involved with, which maybe showed your character, maybe showed something. Well, even though the SEC might want to use that and kind of show the public that you're a bad person because of it, sometimes it can actually be hidden or kept from the public because it doesn't have anything to do with this case. Your character it's all being misrepresented and whatnot. So them making that public information would basically hurt you more than any benefit that they can get out of it because it's not that relevant, not that good, for example. Or you guys get the 3 points here, right? And of course, they're going to agree to disagree here because, well, Ripple doesn't think the exact same way. And that's the fun part. The more that the SEC wins of these motions to, I guess, not seal, like the replies, the more of a funny little contrast we see between the SEC and Ripple. But then again, let's conclude things. So, is this something that's worthy of oh, that's scared, oh my days, guys. That's alarm on that iPhone, I think, huh? That's scared. Well, that got me good, guys. That got me good. I wanted to say, is this relevant for the price? Absolutely not. Is this too relevant for the lawsuit? It depends. I think it depicts two things. One, the internal debate between the SEC and Ripple to really make trouble about really relatively unimportant things and very small things, but also the fact that there's right now a really, really big difference in mentality. You know, both sides really like to seal things. Both sides really want to kind of stir up the stuff. And both sides have a really big interest in making the other look really, really bad in the public. And obviously, that's what these motions to seal are for, to keep your image proper for the public. Now, what is the judge going to decide? That is also very difficult because as it currently stands, we don't really know the internals of all these meetings. We don't know the internals of a meeting in general. So it's really hard to say whether or not that's actually privileged stuff. And also, we don't know what it is based upon. You can give the factual background, yet that's, again, the SEC side of things. Because Ripple, obviously, in their motion to seal, explained why it should be hidden. Because it's basically nobody's business. And because the SEC is, like, over-broadening things, and they had to explain for that. It's very difficult. Let's just put it like that. However, guys, let's actually go back to markets a little bit. A lot of people keep asking me almost every single day what I'm doing with my crypto, what I'm doing. I have explained for so long that I'm just long on Bitcoin right now. That's literally half of what I'm doing every single day, just checking to see if my long position is still valid. It is. You don't want to see the profit that my longs are in. Same thing for XRP. I've been telling you guys about that for a little while. I'm going long at about $1.07, I believe I told you guys. That's exactly the position I'm in still. $1.07 to about right now is how much? About 6% profit or so, at maximum about 8.5% profit. Remember, we do about 10 times or so leverage, sometimes 15. So you can calculate the percentage gain over the last couple of days for yourself. And remember, guys, 1% a day or even 1% a week or like 3% a week, it doesn't really matter. Every single percentage that you can get on a weekly basis, a daily basis, even I guess a monthly could also even work, is going to set you up for life. And if you get like a 100% gain or an 80% gain like we sometimes get here, theoretically speaking, you wouldn't have to do anything for the next couple of months, because if you follow your own strategy, you stick to it. It could actually set you up really, really properly. And that's actually a fun thing about leverage. I use leverage because I want to make the most out of very short, short burst in price. For example, the price goes up and I expect it to go up from here on forward. I start buying here. And I'd, for example, sell it right there. With spot, the same thing is possible, just buying XRP and then selling my XRP. However, with leverage, I feel as if I can make more out of a very small burst where, it's just, it's a little bit easier to me. And that's, again, why I use leverage specifically. We had some discussions here with a couple of crypto YouTubers about it because some people only use spot. But no, I use leverage all the way through, as you guys probably know. Let's see what else I had here. John Deaton said Gary Gensler ignored a petition signed by 30,000 investors. More than 45,000 retail investors have signed up to be heard in the SEC v. Ripple case, and he won't comment. Why? Why did he lobby for? What? Gary Gensler ignored a petition signed by 30,000. Oh, yeah, because I remember now. Gary Gensler actually had a petition sent to him as well with like 30,000 signees. which is for revamping of some things. I remember what it is about. I don't remember the official name for it anymore, but indeed that was quite interesting. And the second part, of course, is the Ripple one, right? Which is right now about the Ripple v. SEC case. You know what I kind of can get from that one? They don't really care about you. Even though you have 100,000 signatures, they don't even look at that, which is funny because the SEC protects investors, they say, huh? No, but I don't want to quote on that too much today. We've talked about that so many freaking times. And just know, whatever they do, it's such a strange world and such a weird way that they act. I've disassociated myself from all of that, guys. And I'm just looking at how can you make the most amount of profit in the crypto space, knowing that these regulators are trying to mess you up. And that's what we're going to go through it. Guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.